Radio Lewis. Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
Hello, you're listening to Radio Lewis where the music matters. My name's Steve Brooks, and this is Vapour Trails.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Onwards, road to 600. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down the valley on the horses they thundered. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, but was it them who really blundered? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Manfreds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The Trojans waited at the gate for weeks. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In a wooden horse to the city they sneaked. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who let 'em in? Who was it? The Greeks? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Manfreds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was the Manfreds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Ready Steady Go with me, Kathy McGowan. What? Oh, Vapour Trails. Sorry, yes, it's Vapour Trails, number 90 as I live and breathe. Yes, and this one's called Out for the Count, and it's Out for the Count Part 1, as once again, got far too many requests to fit in an hour, so we're going to have to split the show into two again. Yes, basically the theme of this, as suggested by Alan Walker, is counts in songs. So that's pretty much it, yes, and fairly obvious start, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 with Manfred Mann, and that was a request of Jill Shatlock and Ian Onions, so thank you two, and going straight into it, next one is My Life Story, and this is a request of Adela Terrell, and this is 12 Reasons Why I Love You.
to speak. She leaves the pie and always eats her greens. Well, she cries, do or die, 12 reasons why. Yeah, I love her. Drop my truck midway to the motorway station. Fairlane crews coming up on the left-hand side. Headlight shining, driving rain on the window frame. Little young lady started stitching her ride. And it's a 2, 4, 6, 8, ain't never too late. Me and my radio trucking on through the night. 3, 5, 7, 9, remember what line? Motorway sun coming up with the morning light. Whiskey sitting pretty in a two-wheel stallion. This old set-ton lorry got a beat on you. Ain't no use setting up with a bad companion. Ain't nobody got the better of you, no who. 2, 4, 6, 8, ain't never too late. Me and my radio trucking on through the night. 3, 5, 7, 9, under the white line. Same old motorway sun coming up with the morning light. Well, there ain't no route you could choose to lose the two of us. Ain't nobody know when you're acting right or wrong. No one knows if it's always leading nowhere. Gotta keep on driving home and go on. And it's 2, 4, 6, 8, ain't never too late. Just me and my radio trucking on through the night. 3, 5, 7, 9, another white line. Motorway sun coming up with the morning light. 2, 4, 6, 8, ain't never too late. Me and my radio trucking on through the night. 3, 5, 7, 9, another white line. Motorway sun coming up with the morning light. Motorway sun coming up with the morning light. That same old motorway sun coming up with the morning light. Yeah. Said it's 2, 4, 6, 8, never too late. Just me and my radio drumming on through the night. 3, 5, 7, 9, the white line. Motorway sun coming up with the morning light. And it's 2, 4, 6, 8, never too late. Me and my radio drumming on through the night.
Oh, brilliant stuff. Yes, Tom Robinson Band from 1978 and 2468 Motorway. And that was one of Alan's suggestions when he picked the theme. So cheers, Al. And before that, especially for Adela, was My Life Story and 12 Reasons Why I Love You. Okay, next up is the Ali B moment. And Ali's gone for this from 1983. This is the Violent Femmes from their debut album and Kiss Off.
I need someone, a person to talk to, someone who cared to love. Could it be you? could it be you? Situation gets rough and I start to panic. It's not enough, it's just a habit, kid, you're sick. Well, darling, this is it. You can all just kiss off into the air. Behind my back I can see them stare. They'll hurt me bad, but I won't mind. They'll hurt me bad, they do it all the time. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they do it all the time. Yeah, yeah. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. They do it all the time. Do it all the time. I hope you know that this will go down on your permanent record. Oh yeah? Well, don't get so distressed. Did I happen to mention that I'm impressed? One, 'cause you left me, and two for my family, and three for my heartache, and four for my headaches, and five for my lonely, and six for my sorrow, and seven for no tomorrow, and eight, I forget what 8 was for, but nine for lost God, 10 for everything. Or you can all just kiss off into the air. Behind my back I can see them stare. They'll hurt me bad, but I won't mind. They'll hurt me bad, they do it all the time. Yeah, they do it all the time. Yeah, they do it all the time. Do it all the time. Do it all the time. Time. Do it all the time.
Ah, great stuff there. The Violent Femmes and Kiss Off from 1983. And that was the Ali B moment. And next up, we've got our first RIP of the show. And this is the Australian actress, singer-songwriter, activist Helen Reddy, who died sadly this week, aged 78. And she's best remembered for her song I Am Woman, which came out, I think, in about 1971. She was also in the Brooks family favourite, Pete's Dragon. The Disney film, and but I'm gone for a track from 1974, and this is Angie Baby. I'm going to play this especially for my mate Woz, whose sister had a copy of the single, and also for Tara Browbrazen, another great Australian woman.
You live your life in the songs you hear on the rock and roll radio, and when a young girl doesn't have any friends, that's a really nice place to go. Folks hoping you'd turn out cool, but they had to take you out of school. You're a little touched, you know, Angie Baby. Lovers appear in your room each night, and they whirl you across the floor, but they always seem to fade away when your daddy taps on your door. Angie girl, are you alright? Tell the radio good night. All alone once more, Angie baby. Angie baby, you're a special lady, living in a world of make-believe. Well, maybe stopping at her house is a neighbor boy with evil on his mind, 'cause he's been peeking in Angie's room at night through her window blind. I see you folks have gone away. Would you dance with me today? I'll show you how to have a good time, Angie baby. Angie baby. Angie baby. When he walks in her room, he feels like he walked into a play. And the music's so loud it spins him around till his soul has lost its way. And as she turns the volume down, he's getting smaller with the sound. It seems to pull him off the ground toward the radio he's bound, never to be found. The headlines read that a boy disappeared and everyone thinks he died. Except a crazy girl with a secret lover who keeps her satisfied. It's so nice to be insane. No one asks you to explain. Radio by your side, Angie baby. Angie baby, you're a special lady, living in a world of make-believe. Well, maybe. Well, maybe. Angie baby. Angie baby. Well, maybe. Angie baby. Angie
Helen Reddy, who died this week. Okay, going back to the theme of the show, which is counts. Now, I had, like I say, loads and loads and loads of requests, and not all of them were strictly counts in songs. I did have some that were just purely numbers, dates, times, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, next up, again, not strictly a count in a song. It's more of a count in the name. But what the hell? It's a hell of a tune. Yes, the 5, 6, 7, 8s there and their version of Woohoo. And that was especially for Kate Towner. So cheers, Kate. And next up, we've got another one that Alan picked. Well, it was his theme. I suppose I could let him have two. And yes, this is the Sex Pistols version. Well, I say it's the Sex Pistols. It's two of them. And Eddie Temple Tudor from the Great Rock and Roll Swindle. This is their version of Rock Around the Clock.
6, 9, 4 o'clock, 12 o'clock. We're going around the clock tonight. Let's trace that sound. Let them ring. We're gonna have some fun in the clock strikes. We're gonna around the clock tonight. We're gonna pop around the clock tonight. When the clock strikes 5, turn it. The bell breaks down. Fast and five. Gonna go around clock tonight. Run around clock till the clock down. We're gonna stop.
Drugs? Drugs? What drugs? God. Dear, oh dear. Okay, next up, we've got one from a musical. We don't normally get many of those. And this is the choice of Shayna Wharton. So cheers, Shayna. From Six the Musical, this is the studio cast recording of the track Six.
Nunnery, joined the gospel choir. Our riffs were on fire. At the top of the charts is where I'm gonna stay.
Henry sent me a poem all about my green sleeves. I changed a couple words, put it on a sick boot. The song blew their minds. Next minute I was signed, and now I'm writing lyrics for Shake's EP.
Since my first son, our family's grown. We've made a band and got quite well known. Perhaps call us the Tudor Von Traps. I'm just kidding, we're called the Royaling Stones. We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. We're six. What a shame, yeah, my face. It cost me the crown, so I moved to the
House of Hollywood.
In my hometown, his mates were super arty, but I showed them how to party. Now on my tour of Prussia, everybody gets down. Music Man tried it on, and I was like, bye. So I thought, who needs him? I can give it a try. I learned everything, now all I do is sing, and I'll do that until I die. Heard all about these rocket chicks, loved every song and each remix. So I went out and found them, and we laid down an album. Now I don't need your love, all I need is six.
Oh, that's lovely, babe.
We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. We're six. It's the end of the show, of the history mix. We switched up the flow and we changed the prefix. Everybody knows that we used to be 6 wise. But we wanna say before we drop the curtain, nothing is for sure, nothing is for certain. All that we know is that we used to be 6 wise. But now we're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. We're one of a kind, no category. Too many years lost in history. We're free to take our crowning glory for 5 more minutes. We're six. Whoa, whoa, we're six. Whoa, we're six. Whoa, whoa, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more minute. We're six.
OMG. It's Vapour Trails on Radio Lewis.
If you want a time to soul, baby, it's time to soul time. Say you want a time to soul, baby, it's time to soul time. We can have a tie that binds
22. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 22. One more time now. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, I'm synchronized with you. Now, if you wanna time it so, baby, it's time to soul time. Say you wanna time it so, baby, it's time to soul time. It's the feeling that gets to you. It's the feeling that gets to me too. Then we'll be synchronized and so, baby, we'll be on soul time. Ready, get set now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 22. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 22. One more time now. 2, 4, 6, 8. Ooh, I'm synchronized with you. If you want a time to soul, baby, it's time to soul time. Say you want a time to soul, baby, it's time to soul time. Ready, get set now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. 2, 4, 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 90. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 40. 2, 4, 6, 8, 50. 2, 4, 6, 8, 60. 2, 4, 6, 8, 70. 2, 4, 6, 8, 80. 2, 4, 6, 8, 90.
Ah, classic bit of Northern Soul, yeah. That was Soul Time by Shirley Ellis. And, of course, Shirley Ellis is actually more famous for the clapping song, which, of course, contains the 369 The Goose Drank Wine line, which will be on next week's show. And, yes, that one was chosen by Peter Bennell Smith. So, again, no Mannix, Peter. Ah, dear, oh, dear. Anyway, next up, especially for Richie Watson, this is Stiff Little Fingers and 78 RPM.
69, it was fine. You said, but by 79, it's gonna be mine. I said 70, 71, right it down. 72, we went through hell. 73 and 74, only gave us more. Bloody, bloody, bloody more. But now it's here. On a year, gotta be 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute now. 75, the same old jive. The Christ, won't you tell me when I'm still alive? 76, no kicks, you bet. But no, the way we ain't dead yet. Oh, now it's here. On a new year, gotta be 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute now. I got married in 77. You said, God knows it was no heaven. We said, go stop your acceptable level. Stop it, we know it went no rebel. Went no revolution. Up your mind, drove you blind, made you brain, made it say 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute 78. Revolution to minute now. I said now. I mean now. Not tomorrow. Do it now.
Ah, brilliant stuff there. Yes, Stiff Little Fingers. Oh, I do love Stiff Little Fingers. And I remember they were due to play Hull University in about 1992 when I was there. And apparently the gig was cancelled because their drum kit didn't fit on the stage. At least that's what they told us. Anyway, next up, especially for Scott O'Brien, this is the White Stripes and Hotel Yobra.
I was watching with one eye on the other side. I had 15 people telling me to move. I got moving on my mind. I found shelter in some thoughts turning wheels around. I said 39 times that I love you to the beauty I had found. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the elevator at the hotel. You'll be glad to see you later. All they got inside is vacancy. I've been thinking of a little place down by the lake. They got a dirty old road leading up to the house. I wonder how long it will take till we're alone. Sitting on the front porch of that home, stomping our feet on the wooden boards. Never gotta worry about locking the door. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the elevator at the hotel. You'll be glad to see you later. All they got inside is vacancy. It might sound silly for me to think childish thoughts like these, but I'm so tired of acting tough, and I'm gonna do what I please. Let's get married in a big cathedral by a priest. 'Cause if I'm the man that you love the most, you could say I do at least. Well, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Take the elevator at the hotel. You'll be glad to see you later. All they got inside is vacancy. And it's a 4, 5, 6, 7. Grab your umbrella, but grab hold of me, 'cause I'm your baby fella. All they got inside is vacancy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Break down, baby.
favorite number, nothing can compare. We're counting to 4. Let's count some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chicken just back from the shore. I love counting, counting to the number 4. We're counting to 4. Let's count some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chickens just back from the shore. 1, 2, 3, 4. Penguins that were by the door. 1, 2, 3, 4. Monsters walking across the floor. Counting to 4. Counting to 4. Counting to 4. Counting to 4. I warned you, you didn't believe me. I warned you, you didn't believe me. I warned you, you didn't believe me. I warned you, and now you're caught. There's some people that you just can't trust. Some people talk way too much. Take my advice, and this ain't enough. Don't be a fool like the rest of us. Now listen up. On the playground. On the playground. We learn so much. Now listen up. Now gather round. Listen up. Gather round now. 1, 2, 3, take it from me. 3, 4, so much trouble in store. 4, 5, get it right the first time. Oh, count it with me now. 1, 2, 3, listen to me. 3, 4, trouble in store. 4, 5, get it right first time. Oh, count it with me now. Everybody knows someone like that who borrows money and won't pay you back. They'll talk about you at the drop of a hat, lie about it to your face when they're caught. There's some people that you just can't trust. Some people just talk too much. Take my advice and this ain't enough. Don't be a fool like the rest of us. Now listen up. On the playground. On the playground. We learn so much. Now listen up.
cracking stuff there. Yes, 4 in a row. Formulaic, this show. God, of course it is. Anyway, yes, what we had there was the White Stripes and Hotel Yobra, and that was especially for Scott O'Brien, and that was followed by the Number Song by DJ Shadow, and that was a request of Sally Robinson, so thank you, Sally. And then after that was Feist and 1, 2, 3, 4, and that was actually ripped from... ripped? Oh dear, sounds like I did it illegally. Ripped from Sesame Street. So yes, and that was for Virginia Preston. So thank you, Virginia. And then finally, The Gossip and Listen Up from 2005, and that was especially for Lisa Francis, who's my coffee drinking buddy at Park on the 7 Dials. Oh, what if I get a free drink for that bit of random advertising? Anyways, cheers and thank you, Lisa. Okay, got a few more to go. Next one especially for Chris Roskilly, and this is Eddie Cochran and 3 Steps to Heaven.
Now there are 3 steps to heaven. Just listen and you will plainly see. And as life travels on and things do go wrong, just follow steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, you find a girl you love. Step 2, she falls in love with you. Step 3, you kiss and hold her tightly. Yeah, that sure seems like heaven to me. For heaven's very simple. Just follow the rules and you will see. And as life travels on and things do go wrong, just follow steps 1, 2, and 3. Step 1, you find a girl you love. Step 2, she falls in love with you. Step 3, you kiss and hold her tightly. Yeah, that sure seems like heaven to me. Just follow steps 1, 2, and 3.
Ah, lovely stuff there. Eddie Cochran and 3 Steps to Heaven. Okay, you've got a couple more to go. Next up is one for Tony Keane, and Tony's picked the Beatles song A Day in the Life, not necessarily known for any counting in it, but this version, which is taken from Anthology 2, has their roadie and personal assistant, Mal Evans, counting the bars out halfway through, which actually works really, really well. Shame they didn't leave it in, actually.
Have the mic on the piano quite low. There's just keeping it like maracas, you know. You know those old pianos. Okay, well.
Sugar Bum Fairy, Sugar Bum Fairy.
I read the news today, oh boy, about a lucky man who made the grade. And though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh. I saw the photograph. He blew his mind out in a car. He He didn't notice that the lights had changed. A crowd of people stood and stared. They'd seen his face before. Nobody was really sure if he was from the House of Lords. I saw a film today, oh boy. The English army had just won the war. A crowd of people turned away, but I just had to look, having read Vapour. I'd love to tell you.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Fell out of bed, dragged a comb across my head. Found my way downstairs and drank a cup. And looking up, I noticed I was late. Found my coat, grabbed my hat, made the bus in seconds flat. Made my way upstairs and had a smoke. And everybody smoking, I went into a dream. Oh shit.
I read the news today, oh boy. 4,000 holes in Blackburn, Lancashire. And though the holes were rather small, they had to count them all. Now they know how many holes it takes to fill the Albert Hall. I'd love to turn.
See, the worst thing about doing this, that we're doing something like this, is I think that at first people sort of are a bit suspicious of people. So they, you know, come on, what are you up to?
Yes, what are you up to, McCartney? I think it was McCartney. Oh, well. Thank you, Tony. That was great. I really enjoyed that, actually. Yeah, I love all those little studio bits that sometimes get left in tapes and stuff. Okay, coming up to the last song, so it just leaves me to say thank you to the sharers and carers as always. Thank you to everyone that's requested songs for today's show. And thank you especially to Alan Walker for picking a theme. If you have an idea for a theme, just let me know and we'll see what we can do with it. Right then, final track, and it's going to be an RIP, and this is Mac Davis, the songwriter who died yesterday. Now, he had a bit of a solo career and he's probably best known for a novelty hit in the 80s called It's Hard to Be Humble. But before that, he wrote a lot of songs that were picked up by a lot of artists, particularly Elvis, including Daddy Don't Cry and A Little Less Conversation. And he also wrote this one, which, although it was a huge, huge hit for Elvis, was actually originally written for Sammy Davis Jr., who I don't think he actually recorded it, to be honest, but a number of people have. And this is going to be the Solomon Burke version. You know, Solomon Burke, Everybody Needs Somebody to Love. Anyway, this is In the Ghetto. Until next time, ta-ra.
snow flies. On a cold and gray Chicago morning, another little baby child is born in the ghetto.
In the ghetto.
Lord, and his mama cried. 'Cause if there's one thing that she don't need, is another little hungry mouth in the ghetto. Now, people, don't you understand? A child needs a helping hand, or he's gonna grow to be a hangry young man someday. Take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Well, the world turns, yes it does. And a hungry little boy with a running nose plays in the streets as the cold wind blows in the ghetto. People and his hunger burn. So it starts to roam the streets at night. It learns how to steal and it learns how to fight in the ghetto. In the ghetto. Then one night in desperation, the young man runs away. Gets a gun, steals a car, tries to run, but it don't get far, and his mama cries. As the crowd gathers round, an angry young man face down in the street with a gun in his hand in the ghetto. In the ghetto. And as the young man died, Lord, on a cold and gray Chicago morning, a young man dies and a child is born in the ghetto. Oh, yeah. Oh, people, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand, or he's gonna grow to be a angry young man someday. Now take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Ah, people, don't you understand? The child needs a helping hand, or he's gonna grow to be a angry young man someday. You take a look at you and me. Are we too blind to see? Or do we simply turn our heads and look the other way? Yeah. The child needs a helping hand. Or do we simply turn our heads? Keep on, keep on, keep on, keep on.
Okay, that was the last song. You can fast forward and turn over the tape now.
Radio Lewis. Local community webcasting.